Hi everyone, it's Renee with Delaney Jane Cards. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a little Christmas in July project for you for Birch Press Design, and I have some papers here. These 6x6 stacks are amazing. There's foil paper and glitter paper and then just cardstock in like the color families. Super convenient. But I also wanted to show that there are ways to stretch your dies. Cover plate dies and layering dies are kind of pricey, so we need to make sure that we're getting our money's worth out of them. And I thought that I would use this nativity star. This is so pretty. I've used it in the past. I absolutely adore it. But I wanted it to kind of not be the nativity star, and I'll show you what I do. First, I am very sloppily ink blending some greens onto a piece of green cardstock that I got out of that 6x6 matte stack, or 6x6 cardstock stack. I will have those products linked below, but I just blended on a couple of different green colors, and then I'm going to go ahead and clean up my mess that I left on my glass mat with some water and kind of smoosh it onto my cardstock here. In the end, you're really not going to see too much of it. It is going to kind of blend in and create a muted background. And I did the same when I cut out the nativity star. It's actually string art nativity star. I cut that out of some green cardstock, and then I also ink blended on some green ink just to make sure that there was really no white edges showing, and kind of add a little bit of color variation into that beautiful design. Very intricate design. And now I'm going to go ahead and use some liquid adhesive to adhere this to the green panel that I ink blended. And I popped most of the stuff out. I didn't really concern myself too much with the stuff that's around the star. I do go back and pop a few out. I'm not even sure if I do that on camera or not, but I do pop a few more out because they kind of get in the way, but you're not going to really see a lot of that, so it was kind of pointless to put my efforts in. Then I die cut the pieces of the Marisol Ornament layer A, B, and C from some cardstock, and then I also grabbed the Christmas Ornament and Labels, a stamp and die set, and I cut out the plain back piece and the topper. I did that out of some foil cardstock, and then used foil cardstock for the far back piece, the layer A piece from the Marisol Ornament, and the topper. For the B piece of the ornament, I used just some purple cardstock from one of those 6x6 pads. And then for the B piece, C piece is the cardstock. B piece is glitter cardstock out of one of those 6x6 stacks as well. You can see here that they just layer up so beautifully. I, fingers crossed, get some really pretty purple ornaments for my Christmas tree this year because I'm feeling some purple. But here I just was making sure everything was adhered together, and now I'm going to add the A layer, which is also out of that silver polished cardstock, over the top using some liquid adhesive because I'm adhering this down to some glitter cardstock, and you need liquid adhesive for that kind of a job. I always worry that a dry adhesive wouldn't adhere very well, and just in my experience, I think liquid is perfect for this job. So you can see how dimensional and beautiful this ornament is, and it's really flat, which is really nice. It's kind of cool the way that the Birch Press designs layers work, and this right here would be a fantastic card. Look at that. Like, yay, there's an ornament. But what I did is I used that Christmas Ornament and Labels stamp and die set, and I cut out more back pieces. This is out of a lighter purple, and then a darker purple, and then I used the A layer from the Marisol Ornament set again, and I cut it out of like a lighter purple for each of those. You can see that there. And then I also took the topper from the Christmas Ornament and Label set and cut that out of some more silver foil cardstock. And you see I adhered these two that are kind of partial onto my panel here, and I'm going to snip off all of the excess, and I'm not throwing it away because I'm going to use it. this is another way to stretch your dies. I just used the top layer from that Marisol set and the like backer layer from the Christmas ornament set. And I'm going to take those 3 layer die cuts that I created, and I am going to create a ton of ornaments. Works really nice because I get lots of layers and dimension. And here I'm just popping up this ornament on some foam tape here so that I get a little bit more dimension, and I'm going to try to fit in these other pieces here just to make sure that I get kind of a full tree. And if you haven't guessed yet, I'm using that nativity star background die so that it looks like the branches in a Christmas tree. I put tons of ornaments on my Christmas tree every year. I love to look at it and just see something new every time I look, and I just think it adds so much beauty and sparkle and shine when I add kind of layers and layers of ornaments. And I thought that that would be kind of fun to do here. I for sure enjoyed that I only had to put together 3 of the ornaments to get a full tree. So I added bits and pieces to that ornament panel, or that background panel, and just snipped off the excess and moved across what I could salvage and move and fit in the spaces. And then it left me with this lower corner that I thought would be great for the sentiment. So I used the Mary Honey Script die, and it's a background like a shadow and the words. So the shadow part I die cut out of that same purple glitter cardstock, and the Mary, the scripty word, I die cut that out of the silver foil cardstock. And now I'm taking a sentiment, like a supporting sentiment, because you can't just put, you could just put Mary on the card, but the Christmas ornament and labels has these labels that say like Merry Christmas, Peace on Earth, It's a Wonderful Life. There's 2 different styles, like this straight style and then like a kind of a wavy style. So what I did is I cut out the banner from white cardstock first, and then lined up my stamp inside, and then I creatively and carefully inked so that I would only get the word Christmas, but I also wanted that outline. So I just used a little cube when I did that. Now I'm adhering the scripty word Mary to the background, to that like shadow background that I used the glitter cardstock for. I am using that liquid adhesive here again because, like I said, I'm adhering it to glitter cardstock and I don't want it to come apart. So I'm just very carefully adhering those. Now I'm deciding how I want to lay this all out, and I thought it would be cute if I tucked that Christmas kind of underneath this bottom ornament here. And when I did that, I realized I probably could have got away with not masking off the word Mary and just stamping it, but I do think a little bit would have poked out. So I'm glad I took the little bit of extra time to go ahead and do that. A lot of times this is where I would just cut my stamp, but it had that outline, so I didn't really want to do that in case I couldn't match it up really well. And then I realized that this lower corner here still looked a little plain, even though I'm adding the sentiments here. I wanted to add just a little bit more of an ornament, so I just grabbed another piece that I had and stuck that on there. And I really feel like I'm looking into a Christmas tree. I think, well, you'll have to let me know. Do you enjoy filling your Christmas tree like this? I know it's July and Christmas is still several months away, but why not, right? Get a few done. So this is my card for today. I hope you enjoyed my video and seeing how I was able to stretch 3 ornament die cuts into a full Christmas tree, and I was able to make that nativity star background look like a Christmas tree instead of the nativity star background. I hope you enjoyed, and as I always say, give cards generously. Bye.